Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Haunted Heart, and this is from writer-director Fernando Trueba, and this film is a romantic thriller focusing on this young woman who joins a team of a boutique seaside restaurant who becomes infatuated with the manager, and they have a blossoming relationship, and things take a dark turn as more information about who Max really is starts to come to the surface. And this film feels like right off the bat this should be one of those really trashy, erotic thrillers that turns into like crazy slasher kind of thing at some points. On paper, it has those kinds of elements, and narratively it hits a lot of those beats. But what I appreciate about this film is that it takes a more somber, grounded approach, and there's like little fleeting glimpses of something more complex in terms of the dynamic, and especially how it resolves was something more interesting than most of these kinds of films are going to offer. But at 2 hours and 8 minutes, it really drags on this idea, and by the end, you're just kind of like, I get it, I get the point, I get where this story is going, it's complicated, and you're just ready for it to end. It's watchable, you feel the length of this movie after a while. Like, this does not feel like the kind of movie that needs to be 2 hours and 8 minutes. From an acting standpoint, Ada Fulch, who plays Alex, our main character, she is so charismatic, so charming, and really brings a great performance to this film and is the most watchable thing about it. She brings in a lot of the eroticism and the sexual tension, and she's doing that to the audience too. Matt Dillon, I think, is fine. He's leading into this like grittier, middle-aged man kind of space now, and I don't know, it kind of just felt like discount Josh Brolin a lot of the time, and then I'm kind of like, I wish Josh Brolin was in this movie. Definitely a different kind of dynamic and a different kind of intensity. I feel like that's what was missing. There was a lack of intensity in this performance, and there's some side elements. There's this character Chico who's just like so tacked on, kind of boring, flirty with Alex, and his point in this is just to like push the plot along at certain points. But in general, I think this film leans too heavily into familiar elements. It's too long in the tooth for this to be really engaging. But it does have elements that I feel like if you're into this kind of genre, don't go in expecting something like campy and schlocky and fun. It's that idea, that story, except it's much more grounded. And that might take away some of the fun of why a lot of people like films like this, but I do feel like this has a little bit more weight than a lot of those like silly, fun, over-the-top, erotic thriller slasher kinds of films. But those are my thoughts on Haunted Heart. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.